Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the EFL Championship and welcome to John Smith Stadium here in Huddersfield, where Norwich have won a game of football. It's the first time I've been able to say that since February. I'm a little bit conscious that there's an officious steward downstairs, so I might get interrupted through this, but hopefully not. I'll try and keep it relatively brief, but maybe it should be really long to celebrate the achievement. But yes, Norwich City have picked up their first win in 13 games, 11 in the league. Their first win without any involvement in a league game of Emi Buendia since he arrived at the club, which is a remarkable statistic. He has served his final game of his 3-match ban for the Red at Burnley. More on Emi, I'm sure, as we go forward. But this was all about the people who were involved today, really. It was so Norwich have won, I think, Norwich have won their first game of the season only twice since 2003 off the top of my head, which is when they beat Grimsby after the playoff final loss in Cardiff, which I was sitting in the Barclay for. And they've only won twice since then, both in the Championship, both following relegation, again off the top of my head. The other one being the 4-0 win at Blackburn. I think it was 4-0, I don't think it was 4-1, it might have been, under Alec Neil. And Blackburn that day were horrendous. I remember how bad they were. They looked all at the sea. Owen Coyle, I think, was manager, and they were so limp. And you sort of watch that game thinking, oh, Norwich are going to win the league. And they looked a class apart, and it looked so easy for them. And I think that, in the end, kind of mentality stuck in their heads and probably caused them issues further on in that season. I think it was 2016-17. Now, this was different. Now, I am going to sort of curtail myself a little bit because we don't really know what that Huddersfield side is in comparison to everything else. Their effort levels today compared to what they do going forwards, what the context of playing Huddersfield away from home actually means this year. They were very good in the first 10 minutes. They really pressed Norwich hard, and there were some real wobbles. But in reality, Tim Krul hasn't had a proper save to make all game, and in actual fact, they were second best for the rest of the game after those opening 10 minutes. Really, as soon as Ollie Skip got involved and sort of found his feet in the game, Norwich were pretty well protected for the most part and pretty comfortable. But gosh, they really did have to work hard for it. They had things going against them. Huddersfield got in their faces, and they should have had 2 penalties probably. I will just say, I haven't seen the handball one again in the first half. The second one with Max Aarons, I was convinced it was a penalty in real time. I saw the replay, and actually the replay did kind of make me see why it wasn't given. So I can at least kind of understand that. But apparently, according to Daniel Farke, the referee actually apologised straight after the game for both penalty decisions and said they should have been given. So there we go. I'm not sure the assessor will appreciate hearing that, but that's what Daniel Farke said. So. But Norwich really, there was a sense that things weren't going their way, and that sort of helps, especially then when Norwich press really well. Richard Stearman sends a back pass which was shockingly short. Teemu Pukki manages to get a hold of it, runs on goal. I don't know what he was thinking, but I was going, oh God, please don't mess this up. And he had the vision and foresight to square the ball to Adam Idah, who rifled home. He himself, Adam Idah, admitted that in the back of his mind, he's like, I better not miss this because this is an open goal. And it was a really authoritative finish, but I love that. And that always looked enough to really, really make a profound impact on the game. Whoever scored the first goal, I think it was going to be vitally important. So a great moment. And I have to say, having watched Project Restart and everyone being so morose and sad in the Norwich subs bench and the box and the dugout, and everyone sort of almost being accepting and feeling like they couldn't do anything about what was going on. Real noise, real team spirit almost from the bench and the dugout. It really pleased Daniel Farke that was the case. And just a renewed energy in what they were getting their teeth stuck into. So I think I tweeted it, in terms of a hangover cure from last season, this was perfect in terms of the atmosphere and the situation. What we don't know is, as I said, what this challenge against Huddersfield really means in terms of a championship contest, because Huddersfield tried to do some things quite well, but they were generally pretty poor. And for example, the only other game I've seen is Middlesbrough-Watford last night at Watford, and Middlesbrough looked, both of those sides, but certainly Middlesbrough looked far better than this Huddersfield team, for example. So we'll see how it all pans out. But clearly, in terms of starts, in terms of club record losing runs and all that sort of stuff. It's great news. Norwich have scored a goal, they kept a clean sheet, and they've been relatively comfortable in a competitive environment. So ideal tee up really for going to Carrow Road to face Preston and see if a few more demons can be exorcised. A couple of things I wanted to pick up on, if I may. Obviously lots of players not involved in the squad, but it's really strong. As I said, Daniel Farke praised the bench and their reaction, which was great. Norwich did look like a side that haven't scored many goals, and I think that kind of comes from the fact that almost if you say pulled a hamstring and then you went back into training and you're not quite sure how hard to push it. It's like Norwich were getting chances, but it almost didn't kind of know what to do with them, which seems like a stupid thing to say, but I hope that what happened later on in the game will just give them a bit of confidence to kind of just have a bit more belief in what they're doing. And not that they look short of it, but just that confidence, deep-rooted confidence in where they are. Obviously, Ben Godfrey, Max Aarons, Todd Cantwell all started today. Emmy will be back. I mean, those three were excellent. It was a sort of performance where you looked at it, and despite the bench and the squad, you just think, I hope they don't go anywhere, because they are at a level that would make a difference to the side. In the same way, Norwich have lost Jamal Lewis, and Javi Quintilla is not at his level from what I've seen so far. I'm sure he'll grow into things, and you just really wouldn't want to lose many of them. And I have to say as well, on Todd, I wasn't particularly convinced by him in pre-season, and I was a little bit concerned, and he didn't go in my strongest 11 for how the squad is at the moment. But today he was probably my man of the match, because I thought he turned possession really well, got on the ball, took real ownership, and showed real interest and desire in the game, and I like that a lot. So fair play to Todd for that, because that's the Todd I think we all want to see going forward. Because as I said at the end of last season, you could build this Norwich side around him if he's on it and if he wants to be here. So more of that then. Everything else was good, I think. No real concerns, and we'll see what the tests are like going forward. As I said, it's Preston and Alec Neil next Saturday. Norwich got a full week to prepare, a full week to get some more minutes into players' legs, and I guess with the fact that, say, Bali Mumba and Sam McCallum didn't even travel today, whether there'll be an element of looking at what loans might happen over the coming weeks before the window closes mid-October, we will see. But I'm done. I'm going home. Norwich leave Huddersfield on Stuart Webber's return to the ground. No fans to boo him, obviously, with a 1-0 win. Their first win since February. Enjoy your evenings. Rest assured you're all incredibly missed as supporters at the ground, so make sure you all look after each other while you can't come in, and hopefully we'll get to a point soon where you can. I think it'll be a much more profound omission as well at Carrow Road, but it is what it is, and at least we're getting to see Norwich pick up points, which is something that we have been short of since February. Live on Facebook on Wednesday, I'll do a 20-minute Q&A. I'll do the same on YouTube on Friday afternoon, so keep an eye out for those. On the Ball podcast on Monday night we record, so that'll be with you Tuesday-ish. Again, keep an eye out for that. Get subscribed to The Athletic if you haven't already, because it's only £1 per month for a limited time. So if you haven't signed up and you were thinking about it, do it. It's really worth it, obviously, for everyone's content, and you can also read mine too. And there'll be some decent stuff in the pipeline for this week. Leave your comments, let me know how you're thinking and feeling, anything you want to know. I'll try and read as many of them as possible, and have a great rest of your weekend. See you later.